Hi everyone, my name is Angelica and welcome to another episode of This is BIZ by This is Improv. Today we're going to be talking about fitting into your new role. Sometimes it's daunting to get into a new situation, be in a new environment with new people. We're always worried about whether or not we're going to be able to fit in and be accepted into this group of people. So today we're going to be talking about some tips in fitting into this new position and fitting in with that new culture, that new tribe of people. As improvisers, we're super used to doing this all the time. We have to look at our audience, see what they appreciate, what they're not so keen about, and we often take up different characters to fit the mood of the night while we're performing. So we're using these same concepts of acting on the stage and taking up new characters to help you fit into your new role. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is costuming. And of course, costuming is everything. So whether you're going into a new school or a new job, the first thing that you want to think about is, does my costume look okay? Do I look like my character? And a good way to do this is by first, in an interview or before you go into this new environment, ask someone that you feel a little bit more comfortable with or your first person, what should I wear? And that's going to help you immensely. At least by the first time you go into this new environment, you have a costume laid out. So this is going to help you if you're going to a new school, a new work location. You want to make sure that you visually fit in. And if you listen to our interview segment, then you know that people like to know that you fit the corporate culture or you fit the culture and vibe of the environment. So let's say that you're going to be working at a surf shop, and the first day you walk in with a suit and tie. That's gonna look a little awkward, and they're probably gonna tell you to go home or give you merchandise straight off the shelf so that you fit into the brand they're trying to portray. Same thing if you go into a lawyer's office wearing flip-flops and a mini skirt and just a Hawaiian shirt over all of that. It's not going to fly the first day. So you want to go in looking like what that culture is going to be, or fitting into that scene, fitting into that new role that you're playing, using the costuming. A lot of the time when we're on the stage for the first time as our new role and we put on that costume of that character we're portraying, we feel differently too. We really start to feel like the person we're acting to become. And it just goes the same way in real life. When you put on the suit for the first time, if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you're putting on that Hawaiian shirt, if you're putting on that barista apron, you feel like the role you're going into. And that's going to help you so much in feeling comfortable in that new position. So my second tip is to study a character. Now, we use this a lot in improv. And if you look at great comedians who did impressions, and if you look at some characters we bring onto the stage that might seem a little familiar, you know that we do a lot of character study by watching people in our environment and bringing those characters to the stage. So you want to do that in exactly the same fashion while you're working in a new environment to fit your new role. So in improv, what we do is we carry around a notebook, or we on our phones take notes, and we watch someone that we want to personify. And we take notes on that character, and it could be body language, it could be what they're wearing, it could be the way they talk to people, and we use that on the stage, mimicking that behavior. I go a little bit more in depth about this process in one of my writing videos, so take a look. And this is going to help you in your new role by looking at a role model or someone who's successful in this environment already and seeing what behaviors they portray day? And how does it help them fit into this new role? And if you don't find someone in your company necessarily that you really want to take up the personifications of, I also recommend taking a look at some business leaders. And I talked about Richard Branson before, but take a look also at public speakers. What industry are you in? Who do you want to personify? Who do you see as a successful person? And what aspects of them make them look and feel successful while they're speaking, while they're communicating with other people, while they're in their environment? What actions do they take? And if you're still not quite sure how this will help you, take a look at the methodology behind 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. This is exactly what we're doing by taking notes and looking at people and how they act in your environment, in your new environment. Because you want to take a look at someone who's thriving and thrive as well. So that brings me to improv tip number 3, our final tip for fitting into your new role. And this tip is find a connection. Connect to who you're working to. And it's so much easier said than done, but this is going to help you feel like you're fitting in and finally acclimating to your new role. So how are you going to fit in? How do you master this new environment and all these cliques that have been established, all these people who have been together for 10 years? Well, you're going to find a way to connect to their interests through conversation. And the exercise that I love to use is called I Love. And using I Love is incredibly helpful because, again, you're using positive methodology to talk about specifics, talk about specific interests. And I also like to use the affirmation game. So we talk about I Love all the time. Take a look at one of our videos from our archive where we tell you how to play this game. Then affirmation is looking at another person who is talking about something they appreciate, they love. So this takes listening skills. Listen in, hone in, focus. And once they talk about something you honestly can relate to, you can pick up the conversation and bring in your views to that. That way, you're listening, you're affirming what they're talking about, you're nodding your head, you're in this conversation, you're listening. And then when it comes time to input information so they get to know you better and they can connect with you further, then you can bring in all the wonderful knowledge you have on this subject and be amazing at it because it's something you honestly love and that you can feel positive about. So those are my improv tips to help you fit into your new environment. I hope that it helps you so much feel comfortable and free as a character in your new role. My name is Angelica, and thank you so much for staying till the end of this video. While you're here, why don't you hit the subscribe button so that you can get notifications when new videos just like this one come out. You can also hit the like button so we know you appreciate what we're saying and you get it. And if you'd like to hear anything specifically, if you have any questions about fitting into your new role, if you want to hear more business tips, comment below so we know what to talk about. We can also help you individually with private coaching, where we help you get acclimated to your new role on your terms. To get private coaching, you can go to our website, thisisimprov.com, or you can email us at info@thisisimprov.com. I can't wait to see you next time. This has been another episode of This is Biz on This is Improv. Thank you so much, everyone, and goodbye.